Welcome to another Ironhide City review. Today we are taking a look at Transformers Siege Voyager class Ape Face. Now, Ape Face is actually one of the two horror cons. And this figure, along with his partner, Snapdragon, were both not only triple changers, but also headmasters, which I didn't think Hasbro could pull off. Both a headmaster and a triple changer. But they did. And I think they succeeded pretty well with this dude. Now, really quick, I do want to give you a size comparison here. Because I do, believe it or not, have his partner with me here. Here he is up against his partner. This is Snapdragon. Now, Snapdragon, as you can tell, is slightly shorter than, or actually, I think they're actually the same height. But Ape Face is taller due to the nose cone on the back. Now, like I said, this figure is a headmaster. And I'll get into that when I do the transformation. He does come with two weapons. First is his laser rifle, which, honestly, I cannot remember the name of his gun in the Generation 1 series. So if anybody could post a comment and let me know what the name of his gun was, I'd be really happy to know. And he also has this shield, which is going to be the tail section of the jet mode. And I cannot remember the name of his shield. So, I'm going to put these off to the side. Now, this figure is really good as far as posability goes. Head swivels, and he's actually got eyes in the back of his head, which is really cool. Arm goes an entire 360 degrees, goes in and out, bends at the elbow, has a nice tight bicep swivel, and his fists can go in and out as part of the transformation. No torso rotation. He has a swivel, swivel, and a hinge for a hip. A thigh swivel, a hinged knee, which is a little bit loose for me, but okay. And really good ankle tilt. And that actually leads me into one of my biggest pros with this figure. Well, actually two pros right off the bat. Extremely posable. And, like, combine that with these nice tight joints. That's my other pro. This figure's not top heavy. And I've had a few figures who are top heavy, and guess what? This guy's not one of them. In fact, I've had this guy displayed on my desk in my office, and both he and Snapdragon just stood there. Just literally stood there with no issue whatsoever. So, thumbs up, Hasbro, on this figure. So, transformation for this figure is really cool in the fact that he's a triple changer, like I said. So we're going to remove the head and a siege figure with a headmaster gimmick. So I'll put the body off to the side, and we'll unfold the headmaster, who goes by the name of Spasma. Now, I'll zoom in a little here on Spasma. Oops. Have his head turned the wrong direction. So, there is Spasma. And, believe it or not, they actually managed to paint the eyes. Unlike the Titan's Return Titan Masters, who I cannot find any to compare him to. Oh well. Now, real quick, I have to lean him up against something here. I'm using one of my puzzle cubes to lean him up against, because he is a little bit top heavy. So that is Spasma up against, I do not want to break him again, Crunk. And personally, of these two, I kind of like Spasma a little more. I mean, no offense, Crunk, but I think Spasma kind of wins out. So, and when you flip him over, you have the gorilla face and the ape face. Yeah, that was a bad joke. I know it's late when I'm recording this. Yeah. It's almost like 9 p.m. All right. Transformation for this dude. We're going into his Ape Mode first. Now, to transform him, we are going to first remove the weapons and also take off Spasma. Now, we're going to, before we actually flip up the feet, we need, well, we're actually going to start by flipping up the fists. And then there's this peg right here that goes into where the swivel joint is, which is actually really clever. And then you may think you're actually breaking this joint, which I'll get into that in a second here. Or actually, let me brighten my light here. So you'll see there's this joint right here. So here, I'll show you. I'll go slowly. You flip up the fist, and then you bend this at the elbow backwards. And you may think you're breaking this joint, but you're not. It is designed to bend that direction. And then tab the arm into place. Like so. Next, we're going to unpeg the feet right here, which will then allow us to come in here and bring these panels that were hiding behind part of the back of the leg out, which will allow you to fold up the actual robot foot like so. And then flip up those parts. So now we're about halfway between his transformations. Next, we're going to literally flip the entire unit upside down, believe it or not. And take just the ape head part from the nose cone and flip it out. And then there's this hook right in here that will come in and snap into place near where the feet are. And those parts came unhooked on me. So sorry about that. Two. Okay. There we go. So now we flip up the wings and extend out the feet. Sorry if I got a little bit of that off camera. Bring out the gorilla arms. And last but not least, take Spasma and plug him in with the gorilla section pointing out. Hold on. And that will give us Ape Face in Ape Mode. Now, Ape Face in his Ape Mode really works well. And, like, seriously, I can tell this is a gorilla. It's, like, almost as good as the original Beast Wars Optimus Primal. Seriously. It's, like, that good of a figure. It's that good. And I am trying to transform Snapdragon off camera here, because I want to be able to compare them in all their modes next to each other. And I hope I can do that before my camera dies, because my camera is pretty low on battery right about now. Okay, so almost got Snapdragon. In form. Okay, so here are the two horror cons. Hold on. Next to each other. And something's giving me the feeling I don't have Snapdragon transformed right. because it's been a long time since I fiddled around with them. So there are the Duocon, or I'm sorry, not the Duocons, Horrorcons together. And I hope to do a Snapdragon review tomorrow, maybe. Alright, back to the review. Push in the claws, or I mean, yeah, the gorilla arms. Move the head. If you can guess, we're going to jet mode now. Flip up the feet. Flip the beast head into the nose cone section. Plug everything in. Bring out the wings. And I don't think I have those feet. Correct. And of course, add a pilot. And of all things, the cockpit is in the back of the unit, not the front. There we go. Ape Face in his jet mode. And to be honest, I love the jet mode. Actually, I like all three modes. Right now, I'm having a hard time deciding which mode is my favorite, to be honest. I mean, none of his modes are bad. So there is Snapdragon in his plane mode. Oop, and I forgot to put down the landing gear. Yeah, that's, I think, my only con or negative with Ape Face is I wish he had a landing gear like Snapdragon does. But overall, if you had to pick up one of these two, I think I'd go Ape Face more than Snapdragon. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like Snapdragon, but Ape Face wins out for me by a bit because he's easier to transform, and just, I think his jet mode is a little bit more interesting. And I believe I've seen jets like this before. Not so much with Snapdragon. So, overall, as I said, Ape Face, this is an excellent toy, in my opinion. So, overall, I gotta give this guy a 9.5 out of 10 overall on my overall rating scale. So, that's gonna be a very strongly recommended, or, you know what? Actually, that's going to be a near perfect sticker on this figure, actually. So I'm going to give this guy a 9.5 out of 10 overall. Because he is, like, despite the little slightly loose knees, just seriously, he is almost perfect, so very strongly recommended. Very strongly recommended. So, next time, I might be reviewing Snapdragon. But, we shall see. This is Ironhide City 17. See you later.